Okay, in this video, just going to run up my picks for the NBA awards. Now, I know I'm a little bit late, but we're still going to run through them. Okay, so let's start with Clutch Player of the Year. The finalists for this are Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And to be honest, while Shai was amazing this year in the clutch, I probably would have went with Kyrie Irving, but I'm assuming he might have missed too many games. Either way, I think the choice here comes down between Steph Curry and DeMar DeRozan. Now, if you look at the stats, and I don't have them on me right now, but they were pretty dead even in the clutch if I remember correctly. DeMar DeRozan had the slight lead in points per game, I think by 0.1, but Steph had the higher true shooting percentage. However, on the flip side, DeMar DeRozan won 24 games in the clutch to Steph's 23, and he had the higher plus minus. However, my winner for this award is still going to be Steph Curry, and here are my reasons why. First off, he had the most clutch points this season, and he had the most 3-pointers made in the history of the NBA in clutch time. Now, I don't have the final stats with me at the moment, but I do know at the end of March, he had 33 pointers made in the clutch this season, while the all-time record was 22 by Reggie Miller in 2002. So he was already 8 clear of the record weeks before the season even ended. In addition, he did all of this while shooting a ridiculous 50, 45, 95 in the clutch, and while not even being in the top 10 in clutch minutes played. So with all that being said, Steph Curry is my winner for Clutch Player of the Year. Now let's get to Defensive Player of the Year. The finalists for this award are Bam Adebayo, Rudy Gobert, and Victor Wembanyama. Now, as great as a defender Bam Adebayo is, especially with being one of the few defenders in the league that can actually guard 1 through 5, this year, however, it's really down to 2 people. Those 2 people, of course, being Rudy Gobert and Victor Wembanyama. Now, I know Victor Wembanyama has all of the counting stats, blocks per game, steals per game. However, there is a couple of things that need to be addressed. If you actually watch Victor, you will notice that while he is an excellent defender already, his instincts aren't actually all the way there yet. Now, his supreme height and wingspan make up for a lot of his inexperience. However, he is not quite as polished as Gobert is, and I know Gobert averages significantly less blocks. However, people do challenge him less than they do Victor, and he does gamble less, which helps him maintain elite defensive position. It actually serves his team better than if he were to try to go and get every block. Plus, if you look at the advanced stats and the analytics, he pretty much leads in everything pretty comfortably too. Now, Victor shouldn't worry, because in the future, he is going to have a lot of these. However, this year is Gobert's, and even Victor will tell you that himself. Now, I'm going to kind of speed run through the rest of these, aside from the obvious big one. We'll start with Most Improved Player. Now, this award is already given by the time I recorded this video. Tyrese Maxey won the award, which I think is probably not the best option, considering he averaged 20 points per game last year. The other 2 finalists were Alperen Sengun and Coby White. Now, I would have been fine with either one of them winning it. Coby White because he literally increased his average by 10 points per game from last year to this year. Now, he averaged 19 points per game this year. However, if you look at his second year in the league, he did average 15 points per game. In addition, last year, he only started 2 games out of 74 and played 13 less minutes per game. In fact, he had more minutes per game the previous 3 seasons before than he had last year. So while he still did improve a lot, I think you can still contribute a lot of this improvement to simply just playing more minutes. While on the other hand, Alperen Sengun also had a pretty good jump from last year. He's averaging around 7-ish more points per game and about another assist per game. However, his efficiency across the board is slightly down from last year. Rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks did see a slight increase, however, nothing too drastic. So if we're going by who improved the most as a player, I'm going to go with Sengun. However, if we're talking about who improved the most statistically from last year to this year, then I'm going to go Coby White. And I think the award leans more towards the latter in terms of definition, so I guess my pick for that would be Coby White. Okay, so some quick ones. For Coach of the Year, we have Mark Daigneault from the OKC Thunder, Chris Finch from the Timberwolves, and Jamahl Mosley from the Magic. Now this is a pretty easy one. It's going to be Mark from the OKC Thunder. They have the #1 seed, the youngest team to ever get the #1 seed. It's pretty clear cut and dry. Add to the fact that no one, and I literally mean no one, expected them to get the first seed at the beginning of the season. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Now, 6th Man of the Year. This award was already chosen by the time I recorded this video. The winner was Reid. Other finalists were Malik and Portis Jr. Now, I don't have too much to say on this award. I really feel like either one of these three could have won the award and it would have been deserving, but I can see why they gave the edge to Reid, because he is a big reason why the Timberwolves were so good this season, and they finished with a better record than both the Bucks and the Kings, two teams which disappointed for the most part during the season. Okay, and Rookie of the Year, it's pretty easily Victor. Now, it was close during the beginning of the season, and I think Chet did have the lead actually early on, but Victor kind of ran away with it, especially later in the season. What he was doing, just ridiculous stat lines. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we all agree with this one. It's Victor. Okay, woo. And finally, we can get to the MVP, the most debated award by far. Now, this video has gone on longer than I expected it to, or longer than I wanted it to, so I'm going to try to be very simple with my reasoning here. So the finalists are Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, record will not play a factor in my MVP pick because the Thunder and the Nuggets only finished 7 games ahead of the Mavericks, and then when you factor in team injuries and games missed and trade deadline moves, the record becomes less significant considering the Mavericks still won 50 games. So yes, my MVP is Luka Doncic. Why? Well, yes, I know about Jokic's advanced stats. Yes, I know that the Thunder are the youngest #1 seed in history. Yes, I know about the crazy efficiency from both Jokic and SGA. However, if a dude is averaging 34, 9, and 10, you give him the MVP. Come on, guys. Please, don't overthink this.